as always, we're going to have a Q&A time at the end. So if you have questions, just jot them on a notepad or put them in the chat, and we get to that at the end. So this is session 4. Hi, and welcome to session 4 of Expanding Consciousness, reclaiming the sacred as the foundation of your life. Thanks for joining us. Really nice to have you all here. I am Helmut, and I am here with my wife, Kay, and as most of you already know by now, Kay is the author of The Reluctant Shaman and Sacred Link. In this session, Kay will talk about the unconditional love tsunamis that the universe is made out of and that we are living in the middle of, but are still largely ignoring. And she will share with you what a world in which we live with the awareness of that kind of love will look like. And she will teach you how we can start living that life and create that world. She will paint the future of a world that we can create if we learn the truth of our song, let go of our masks, and choose to take control of our attention and focus it on what we want instead of what we don't want, and learn to tap into and live with the tsunamis of unconditional love. If you want to learn more about the ancient healing teachings of Katase and our work, please go to katase.com. That is KATASEE.com. So here's Kay with the 4th session of Expanding Consciousness called Unconditional Love Tsunamis. Enjoy.
Here we are at unconditional love. Anna is approving of the start of the class and the subject matter. She's talking all about it. Anna the cat. Our universe began with unconditional love. Just think about that for a minute. Our universe, our whole universe began with unconditional love. In pre-dynastic Egyptian tradition, Comte Uset, who is, the modern word would be deity, but their word was netter, which doesn't quite translate exactly as a deity. But Comte Uset was the void, the blackness that everything is birthed out of. Sometimes it was called the black egg. Comte Uset was even more recently known as Black Isis, and that's both English black and Isis Greek, but those are the common words that you would hear or even find online or in books. And she gave birth to everything in the universe. She is that void, the blackness of all the great heavens, the emptiness before there was anything. She is what or who birthed everything. And she gave birth first to Mut. Mut is absolute, pure, unconditional love. And second, she birthed Neith. the weaver of the webs of life. She's the weaver of 3D time space. And third to Mahat. In the pre-dynastic tradition, Mahat is the netter of truth and perspective. The two always go together. They have to go together. Sometimes she's called absolute truth, but absolute truth changes with every perspective. That's why she is the netter of perspective. These three are the first to be born, and in that order, the first being Mut, M-U-T, unconditional love, absolute unconditional love. That was born first, and it filled the universe to be. It filled everything. Unconditional love is endless and eternal. It filled everything that was going to come in the future. It filled all the possibilities in life. Unconditional love it's in everything. It's the beginning of everything. It's in the space. It's in the energy, in the aliveness. It's in the information. It's in every song, every molecule, every cell permeates. Even the humans on this planet. We are built out of unconditional love. That is our foundation. So, what is unconditional love? In pre-dynastic Egypt, unconditional love is said to be the lifeblood of she who has always been, is, and always shall be. Comte Oset's love for her children, that's our universe that she was preparing to create. Her love was so great and so pure and so absolute, and she poured it out of her center, poured it out, and it filled the whole universe to overflowing. So unconditional love became the basis of our creation. It is the gift of the Great Mother. Unconditional love has no conditions. You don't have to pay for it. It's free. It's found everywhere. Unconditional love has no judging, no condemning, no belittling, no ridiculing, no throwing of hurtful black energy darts. It's called pure, absolute, unconditional love. Unconditional love gives us the perspective of unconditional acceptance. Unconditional acceptance of everything exactly as it actually is. You can't make peace or you can't forgive until you're willing to see what is real and accept its existence, its whole existence exactly as it is, with no judgments, no distortions, no denials, no pretending, just accepting it as it is. This has nothing to do with condoning bad behavior. Nothing. It's just the nature of unconditional love that you can't love unconditionally as long as you're still holding a grudge, or you're unable to forgive, or you're judging yourselves, or anything else. Now, we humans exist as an energy field, a spirit, a field of intelligence, field of consciousness. We're just a unique and individual piece of Creator. And this piece of Creator, this spirit or energy field, this is a spiritual thing. It's a non-linear, non-physical. It's non-physical energy and information, and the source of energy and information. We also can exist as a body, as part of the non-physical field. So why bother to have both? Why do both? Spirit, physical body, what difference does it make? The reason we really want to come here and be here in this 3D time space physical world with a physical body is to experience. That's what it's all about. To experience. And when we're in other kinds of places and we're just energy and spirit and consciousness, we have that kind of experience. But the physical body, this offers something very different, very special, very unique. So we come here to experience unique and specific, diverse experience. And we come here to create and to manifest and to exchange energies, information, things, love. We come here to share with other human beings and with everything else, to interact. The universe loves experience. That's what it's all about, experiencing. The more diverse, the better. So we come here and we choose to come here. We choose our parents. We choose our genetics. We choose the location. We even choose the time period. We come to learn something, to create something, to experience. We come with purpose. And today we're looking at unconditional love Now, this is something that is very non-linear. It's a non-material, operates completely outside of 3D time space. Sometimes when we are trying to study and learn and figure things out, this crazy world in our existence, and sometimes to understand it, to really, really grok it, grok what all these things are in our existence. It helps to look at what these things are not. So today we're looking at unconditional love. That's kind of a hard thing to describe. So we'll take a peek at what it is not. Let's start with this era that we have been in. Here, in this era, we have forgotten that we are the designers of this whole scenario of our life. We've forgotten that we designed this cosmic adventure of ours. We picked it, we chose it. We forgot that we're so much more than just a little temporary piece of physicalness. This amazing physical body. We forgot. And we've pushed out everything spiritual. We've pushed out everything non-linear. And we've forgotten the unconditional love and unconditional acceptance of everything exactly as it is. That it is all based on and formed out of unconditional love. We forgot who we are. We forgot what we are. We forgot what we're doing here. So we want to do something. What we end up doing, we take on other people's stuff. We take on other people's agenda and their pictures and their beliefs and their identity packages. All these things that are coming out of our broken and our degraded and destructive culture. But we are manifestors. We are creators. We are each a piece of the creator. We can create. And that means we're going to be creating, we're going to be manifesting something, even if it's not of our direct conscious choosing. So we end up manifesting all of those ideas and those pictures and those beliefs, those agendas of other people, of the culture, of what's around us. We join in, we blend in with it. We're thinking it, we're feeling it, we're picturing it, we're believing in it. And that means we're creating it. The bottom line, we are creating this life that we are experiencing today. And oddly enough, it happens that this too is part of what we chose, what we designed. We chose all of this. to come here, to be born here, to be born at this time, in this place, in this culture, to experience the craziness of it, the brokenness of it. We chose that. We had very specific reasons and purpose to be here, to experience it, be part of it. Everything is in a constant state of change and new exchanges and new information, new ways of organizing things, new manifestations. The world churns on, always changing. And we can swing back and forth between the devolving that we've been doing and evolving, but you can't sustain at it. That flipping back and forth, up and down, cannot sustain itself. And that leads to extinction. Our belief system, that's what's leading us to killing ourselves off. In our belief system, our current culture, it's totally based on fear and anger and hate and greed and separation. And these things, they tear things apart. They de-evolve things and they lessen our possibilities. The fear, the anger, the hate, the greed, the separation. They reduce everything. They reduce the information available to us. They reduce our organization. And that leads straight to the increase of chaos, disruption, things falling apart, disintegration. The fear, the anger, the hate, it strangles creativity and new ideas, passion for exploration. It leads to competition, struggle, greed, environmental destruction, poor health, fear, the anger, the hate. They all lead only to death, extinction of a species, us. They lead to the limiting of our consciousness. Literally, the de-evolving of our consciousness. That's what's been happening to us for 5,000 years. De-evolving of our consciousness. And everything that we are and everything that we do or try to build, it has been crumbling downhill for 5,000 years. Now, love, real love, unconditional love, on the other hand, creates a very different momentum. Love generates evolution. Love stimulates better health, greater intelligence, healthier relationships. Love increases the sharing and the cooperating, creating. It increases the health of the whole group, the health of all of humanity. Love increases the optimization of resources, products, resource products, human resources, optimizes the resources. It leads to thriving, continued life, improving the quality of living for all. Love builds and organizes and optimizes. It allows better quality of information, better organization. Love enhances our consciousness. It raises our consciousness. Humanity is dancing its way into more cooperation and more love. Humanity is at a stage where more sharing is a critical thing. Share or go extinct. For humanity's continuance, it requires working together more and more in harmony with each other, willingly and eagerly cooperating. Humanity is headed towards love. It's time for us to grow up. Without unconditional love, we will cease to be. And there is no doubt about that. Learning to be love is what we're evolving into. Evolution is happening on all scales, all around us. We have galactic changes. Our solar system has moved itself into the ecliptic of the Milky Way. And the ecliptic disk of the Milky Way has a great density, much greater density than where we have been, which is outside of that ecliptic. There's an increase in electromagnetic fields and radiation and light photons, cosmic rays. There's giant tsunamis of cosmic energies full of particles and information. These are all energies of change for humanity. We have moved into this field. Not anything we can do to change that. We've moved into it and it has been doing its magic on us. The Van Allen radiation belts around our planet, they stop most of the incoming of these particles and direct electromagnetic energies that could be harmful. But some of that still actually does reach the Earth. And the rest of it gets trapped in the Van Allen energy belts. And while they're there being trapped, they're still sending out all of their info in a non-linear radiation, non-harmful. This is information, vibrations, frequencies, patterns, lots and lots and lots of new conditions, new information coming to us in a non-linear way, not harmful, but very evolutionary. And this changes the earth and it changes humanity. Each one of us is working on us. Things are changing They're evolving all around us, whether we know it or not. And we can choose to join the ride and make the transition smoother, easier, faster, a lot more fun. Or we could fight the change. And we see that happening around us. People of the old guard not wanting to give that up, fighting and struggling with everything they have against the change. This is all about the evolution of consciousness, our consciousness. Ancient cultures and indigenous cultures all have prophecies about this time that we are in. Some of them talk about it, call it the era of the heart. The Whitakers talked about it as the era of the heart. And that's what we're in. We've already crossed the threshold. We've stepped to the other side. And these old cultures, their old teachings and the prophecies, they talk about it in ways like new ways of thinking beyond anything they could imagine are coming. New ways of thinking beyond anything they could imagine. Just let yourself feel that. They speak of living among the star people and traveling and working with the star people as equals. They tell stories of living very long stories of a golden age that's approaching us. A golden age for us, for all of us. We had a very, very special friend. Got to Sorry about that. Am I back on yet? I am. Okay. We had a very special friend, our best friend, who lived with us for 18 years, mostly from the beginning of our marriage. And her name was Alice. She was in the body of a cat. She was quite incredible. And she taught us about what unconditional love really is. She took us there while she was dying. We stayed with her. We sat with her in the last days that she was alive. And we sang to her all of her favorite music. And she would sing along with us, especially the pieces of music that she liked the best. She'd lift her head up and sing with us. And she would give us the feeling, the pictures, memories of past lives together. The pictures of what real unconditional love is, and what the future is, where we are headed. One of those pictures was these absolutely enormous waves, tsunamis of energy, solid, unconditional love. Waves way bigger than the diameter of our solar system, hurling at us way faster than the speed of light, and crashing through every solar system and the spaces between, and into our solar system, through the sun, through our planet, through everything on the planet, all the people, everything of that love, and the surging, the waves, as they just kept coming and crashing. The waves are still arriving here to planet Earth and moving through and on. Waves of absolute unconditional love. And it's as if we were riding the waves together and singing. She taught us we are, as an entity, where we have been in places in past eons. Why we're here in a human body now on Earth, this time. We haven't had this much unconditional love on our planet for a long time. And what we have had, we have tried to deny and turn away from and push away, hide. Because that was the culture. That was the name of that game. To diminish everything. You diminish love, you diminish everything. You want to build something, you want to survive longer, you want the race to survive, you want to explore greater and greater things in existence. The tsunamis of love. Let them be part of you. Feel them. Feel them as they surge through our planet. Let them take you places. Take your heart places. Teach you what it really means, what unconditional love really, really is. One has to experience it to get that full understanding. And she's still here. She's still with us. She's on our planet. She's in our solar system. She rides the waves today, as she did several years back in her dying. Let her take you. Let her show you. Allow the experience. Let the tsunamis be yours and spread them across the planet. Spread them through all humanity. It'll change our world. It'll change humanity. We'll be able to do things we just can't even dream up yet. What we do here on this planet is radiating out through our solar systems, to other solar systems, to other galaxies, and it benefits everybody else. Everything else. And it's our choice. Always our choice. So let Alice take you on a surfing adventure and ride the tsunamis and sing. Sing out loud. Let the vibration of that sound change your body and your cells and your spirit, your heart, and teach you. Let it sing out so it touches others as well. Share it. Share it all. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you, my love. Yeah, I'm speechless. So let's do some questions. I see there's some people who had some problems. I'm sorry about that. There's nothing I can do from this end while we're alive. It's most likely got to do with your speed and your connection. There will be a recording. So, all right. Let us know if you have any questions. What songs does Alice like? From Margie.
She loved indigenous music and ancient music. And there's one in particular that she loved, would sing the strongest every time it would come around when we were singing to her. And that was the last one that we were singing when she passed. And it's called Across the Sky. Is that Shenandoah?
Yeah.
Shenandoah, Across the Sky. Do we have a way of putting that music on?
Well, I can try, but I'm not sure.
Maybe we can put it on another device and hold it up to the mic.
We can play with that.
She loves spiritual music, things for ceremony. That's her favorite.
All right, there's a couple of more comments. Thank you, guys. And Asta missed a little bit, but what she heard was absolutely amazing. Thank you, Kay, so much. So much love. My love back to you both. And Jennifer, how do we get to the space of seeing things as they really are?
First, you have to choose, and you have to be willing to recognize that a very large portion, really, really large portion of what you have been believing and think that you're observing is not accurate. And what you've been thinking about and feeling the assessments, and all of that linear stuff that goes on inside us, minute to minute basis, is operating on faulty data, faulty beliefs and concepts. We need to be willing to stop the chatter, stop all the beliefs and the dogma, the charge to all of that, the addiction to it inside ourselves. Stop those words going on in the mind, and feel from your song. Heart-centered feeling from your song, your totality. And observe. Don't jump to any conclusions. Don't assume. Don't judge. Here we go. And just let things be. Observe them as they actually are. And it's something we have to work at. And we get better and better at it as we go. Helmut has the song. We'll see if we can get it to a place where you can hear it. I hope that answer is helpful.
Okay. You're welcome, David. Thanks for joining us. Andrea, can that special connection you had with Alice, did you hear that, kid? Can that special connection you had with Alice be found in other animals?
Well, it happened to be a cat in that life, but she had. Oh, okay. I'm making noises and doing the wrong thing. Okay, here we are. I'm good now. Okay, she happened to be a cat in that life, but she was many other things in many other lifetimes. She was in human lifetimes with us. She was in other kinds of lifetimes, not on this planet with us. We have been together with her for eons. Cosmic lovers for eons. So it could be any kind of animal. It could be a human. It could be, you just never know where somebody has been when you look at a cosmic scale of things. I hope that makes some sense and helps.
Okay. That was the last question in the chat. If you have anything else, just put it in there. We are back tomorrow with the last installment of the series. Greg, all the initial letters you spoke. Did you hear? Are you hearing that, Kate?
Yes.
Okay, all the initial letters you spoke to were female. What was the first male netter, and what role did he play?
If that was ever taught to me, I'm not remembering. The lineup of debtors at the beginning of the creation, in this Egyptian creation story, this lineup, were all female. And that is because the feminine is what births.
I think you muted, honey. Thanks, Greg.
Oh, thanks. Okay, I'll say it again. I could have sworn that was on when I started. I'll put my hands under me and then I can't bump anything and make it go away. Okay. I do not remember who is the first male netter. Now you need to remember something about netters. They got translated to the word deity, but our idea of what a deity is very, very different than what a netter actually is. A netter is a natural force, a principle, a guiding foundation principle of existence. There are 360 netters, official netters, in the pre-dynastic teachings. Half of them are feminine and half of them are masculine. But there's another story beyond that too. I won't go there. It gets way too confusing. So we'll leave it at half and half. And they are natural forces, principles of existence, principles of creation, the forming structures of existence in our universe. And of course, there have been a lot more added to them, more attributes and stories and metaphors and things through the many, many, many millennia that try to help convey the meaning of who and what they are. But I do not remember ever hearing what the first male is. I wish I had. That helps.
Andrea, so I had a really strong connection with a dog that I lost, and it has been so hard without him. Yeah, that just takes time. But it'll get better. And they're not really gone. Alice has been, it was really hard when we lost Alice, when she passed. But she's always been around. And she's still around. Jennifer. I assume that is Jennifer, our friend Jennifer. I so love and appreciate you too. The feeling is mutual. And then Dion says, sorry to hear about you missing your dog, friend. I feel you on that. And Robert, you spoke of experiencing the waves of unconditional love that flood our planet. Do you have any suggestions for tuning into them?
Quiet yourself. Slow down inside. Slow your brain waves down. Stop all that masky chatter, babble that just keeps going on endlessly. Just let it go. Try to let it not be there. And it's just like we're holding on to this stuff like this, like really, really, really hard. Like we're holding on to the ropes of a little boat that's trying to float out to sea. And we just won't let it go and won't let it go and we won't let it go. Just relax and just let it go. Let it all go. Let the masky stuff go. Let the babble go. Let your brain waves slow down. Let everything inside you slow down and feel love. Feel your heart chakra. Feel your whole heart center. Your whole beingness. Our center, our heart, our center is the same as the center of the universe. This is pure unconditional love. All we have to do is turn our attention to it and let ourselves feel it. It saturates us because we're made out of it. And it's pouring through us. It's pouring through our neighborhood and our house and the sky and deep into the land, into the planet. And we can perceive it. Listening to music that lets you relax and slow down and feel things that are spiritual. Let you feel love. That helps a lot. Hope that helps.
Robert says, I also want to share that I just felt a connection with a spiritual sister who has passed on today, feeling that she is with me. And guess what her name was? Alice. And I want to add, thanks for all the questions and comments. And Margie says, tremendous. If you have any more questions, put them in. But we created this series. The idea came about initially, actually, from a talk with our granddaughter. She grew up in Muggle world, Middle America, but is changing more and more. And the last visit she was here, she asked us about the teachings. And everybody was going to town, as they usually do, the rest of the family. But she wanted to stay and talk with us. She wanted to talk with Kay. She wanted to talk with us and learn more. And the conversation was so amazing that the idea for this series came about. So a way to get the teachings out to a larger audience. But it's also an invitation, as we have mentioned in the closeout of the previous sessions, to our upcoming class. That's what the invitation is, to invite you to learn to live this way and carry it out into the world and help the world to become this way. This is how we build our future. And I'm going to share the link to the class again before we close out. And you can check it out and join us. One of the sessions is about this very subject. One day is all about unconditional love and how to learn to live this way.
One of the things that Alice gave us in her passing, in her passing was a memory of a past life that we had together where we're involved in the same ancient teachings. And the community itself was one of unconditional love. It's the kind of community that we're talking about, a golden age that we're moving into. And she gave us back the memories of being there and being part of it. And she was the teacher in that community. She was astounding. The memory has become a model for what this can be. We've all had many, many different lives on this planet and probably many others. And maybe other kinds of lives without physical bodies. And we can pursue remembering those. Same way of being very quiet, quieting your brain waves down and feeling back into it. In previous sessions of this class, I talked about the VW bus, the bus metaphor story. And you can do that. You can get yourself in your own driver's seat by slowing your brain waves down and choosing not to engage any of the thoughts or feelings or old beliefs, to stay focused and clear, and choosing that you want to find a past life of your own where you were in a culture that was based on unconditional love, a golden age kind of culture. And let the spirits take you there. Let the non-linear take you there. The non-linear itself, this is the spiritual aspect of existence, of our own being and all existence. And it is living and conscious and will interact with you and respond and help you out. But you need to ask, you need to choose and be clear. Clear intent and clear focus. Do your best to stay focused on the task and not let other ideas from your masky world, modern world and beliefs jump in there and try to design the story for you. And you could tell the difference. You'll feel the difference. a made-up story from your masks and blind beliefs and cultural expectations and all of that. It has a certain kind of feeling to it, and it's a lie. You will feel when it's true. You'll be remembering in the signature that it is true and real and accurate. Will be there. You can tell the difference. Do we have other questions?
We have another comment from Ulrike. My granddaughter is a half year. She is my song.
Say that again.
My granddaughter is a half a year. She's my song. This is part of our work and part of our dream to create a community like that again. This is what will help us to everybody to make a difference in the world, to help move it in this direction. We got a little bit of work to do. Okay, no more questions for the evening. I think it's time to close out. Unless somebody posts another one real quick. Okay. Dion, thanks again, Kay and Helmut. You're welcome. Thanks for joining. All right. Let's close it out. It has been an absolute delight. Another thank you from Margie and Hedda. Thank you guys. Thanks for being here. I pushed a wrong button. I'll be okay. Thank you again, Kay. That was absolutely beautiful. That was an absolute delight. So much love. Thanks for joining us. Beautiful connecting. We mentioned at the end always case books. You can get them on Amazon. I mentioned the class already. The link is in there if you want to check it out. You want to join us. And that's it for today. Tomorrow we gather for the last session, and that's about the difference between raising consciousness and expanding consciousness. Can't wait. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Love you.
Love you all.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Sagani Kavanash Palapi